All right, Janessa, thank you. We'll check in with you soon. Tonight, covering the latest in the case of the Maryland man mistakenly deported. President Trump now says he could help bring him back to the United States, but has decided not to. All of this after his own legal team argued the White House doesn't have the authority to return Kilmar Abrego Garcia.
It has now been a month and a half since the 29-year-old was deported to a maximum security prison in El Salvador. It comes despite a court order from 2019 barring him from being sent back to his native country. DC News Now's Ben Dennis continues to track this case and joins us live tonight in the district.
And Ben, the president's admission that he could bring back Garcia could smell trouble in the government's case against him.
It could, and that's likely going to be discussed in future court proceedings and not long from now. But meantime, the president, yes, his admission isn't about face from his own senior officials, which had said that it's up to El Salvador's president to return Garcia back to the States. Ahead of a rally tomorrow to support his return back to the U.S., the judge handling his case is revising some key deadlines.
Tonight, legal drama heats up in the Kilmar Abrego Garcia case after the government first admitted to mistakenly deporting him. President Trump now telling ABC News he's decided not to help return Garcia to the States, though he could.
You could get him back. There's a phone on this desk.
I could.
You could pick it up, and with all the power of the presidency, you could call up the president of El Salvador and say, send him back right now.
And if he were the gentleman that you say he is, I would do that.
But the court has ordered you to facilitate that.
The president's admission contradicts his own top aides, who have said the case is out of their hands because he's in El Salvador.
We, as a U.S. government, cannot forcibly retrieve him against the wishes of El Salvador.
Meantime, local protests continue to advocate for Garcia's return, including one Katherine Jackson's organization, CASA, planned Thursday.
We are going to keep fighting. We're going to keep rallying tomorrow and beyond until he's home where he belongs.
Garcia's deportation continues to draw the ire of those citing a lack of due process after a court order barred him from being deported back to his native El Salvador. Among top leaders taking issue, Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen.
I am not vouching for Mr. Abrego Garcia, but I am vouching for his constitutional right to due process.
But the White House claims the 2019 order barring Garcia's deportation is invalid because he's a member of MS-13. That's something Garcia's legal team disputes.
I haven't seen a lot of proof in court, and it's very easy to say this stuff when you're not under oath at a press conference, but do it in court, do it when you have a duty of candor to the court, do it when you're at a risk of perjury. That's when I'll believe it.
And the update today from the federal judge that's handling this case has several different directives. Number one, that attorneys for Garcia have until Friday to revise their request for the Department of Homeland Security to provide more information, more evidence in this case. They also said, the judge, that DHS has through Monday night to provide answers to questions that they still have not answered, including that work that they've been doing to return him. Outside of DHS headquarters in Southwest DC, Ben Dennis, back to you.